Hello, it is your host, Melissa. Welcome back to the podcast, Digitally Transformed. And today we are ironically talking about transforming your business. We are going to talk about what your organization can achieve with innovation services. And in order to do that, I wanted to paint a picture per industry for you of what innovation looks like right now amongst different areas or different industries. Creating new and remarkable ways of doing things is actually very possible. And with emerging technologies that are developing every single day, this is a reality. It takes innovative thinking to make these big transformations, though. And sometimes being caught in the grind of business can really stop leaders and organizations from evolving in this way. We know that it's hard to learn what's possible for your organization when you're constantly busy keeping things running and just trying to operate smoothly. Leaders in technology that are always looking for the frontiers of possibility could point you in directions that you would have never even imagined. Directions that would help your business transform and thrive in so many cutting-edge ways. Like I said, every industry can and will transform in the coming years. So my question to you is, are you ready and are you willing to do the work? So here are a few examples of how innovative practices could take your business to the next level. So let's start with healthcare. I want to talk about some of the ways that the healthcare industry is transforming and booming with innovation right now. So the healthcare industry is one that we know has really great potential to improve and transform with these technologies. Things like robotics that are making huge changes for elements like procedure assistance, cleaning and disinfecting, even reducing human exposure to pathogens by transporting supplies in high-risk areas. Artificial intelligence is another technology that has been heavily applied in healthcare. We're seeing things like processes that are streamlined and people who are now able to get care much faster than they were before. And then when it comes to just processes, we're seeing that slow manual tasks that humans have traditionally had to do themselves, things like entering data, can just automatically be done in a lot less time. And again, artificial intelligence is also able to aid in things like really important things like diagnosing, assessing, and treating patients, which is very important, especially when staff is overwhelmed. And we saw a lot of this in the last couple of years. So the healthcare industry really being able to utilize these technologies is helping them to streamline and also see more patients, which is a really amazing thing. Okay, let's talk about the manufacturing and product development industries. There are a lot of new possibilities that are also coming to these industries where, things like digital twins can really offer some modernized practices. So let me give you an example of what a digital twin is and how that can work. A digital twin is basically a virtual replica of a physical component, and it can provide insights without adding any weight or any bulk. It's basically fed with information from its physical counterpart, and it can mimic the properties of it. So as you can imagine, this makes for a far more efficient way to test new designs, to create things, to update configurations. And not only does it allow for more testing with a lot less material, right? But the digital nature of it also means that it's a continual real-time data, and the process is just integrated and shared with whomever needs it. And honestly, this digital twin can be shared and accessible to people all across the nation, across the world, any time zone, any place, which is really the best part about it, is that your team can be in completely different spaces and working on the exact same thing at the same time. Let's talk a little bit about the educational industry. Education is really an area where innovation could be so open to creativity. Things like teachers just wanting to show their students a 3D holographic model of something that they would have never been able to see, something like an extinct animal or a place that's really far away. Or it could be a college professor that wants to give research students an immersive experience where they're exploring a vessel that they're going to be engineering or something along those lines. Just creating even these virtual models could become a great assignment, just expanding the way that students understand the elements of what it is that they're working on. And we all know that there are a lot of smaller ways that the education system or just the educational institution in general could innovate before even getting to these levels. Things like simply streamlining processes, reducing paperwork, improving communication between student and professor or student and teacher, and even just modernizing the inside physical appearance of a classroom or having technologies that just make their learning experience, students' learning experiences, just more immersive would be amazing and make a big difference in learning as well. Okay, another industry that is seeing massive growth with technology and just innovating is the agricultural industry. Farming has come a very long way over the years, very long way. And each new technology has really boosted the ability to support a growing population under always changing circumstances. Farmers are actually exploring new ways of monitoring their fields and making smart, targeted choices, which is where technology is really helping them streamline this. So, for example, the use of aerial drones and satellite imagery, this gives them an enhanced view of the status of crops, which areas need to be addressed. And even on a more minuscule, smaller level, we're seeing that data management can also help in smart farming and keeping real-time analytics. So things like the aspects of the soil or plant health. We're even seeing technologies like FarmBot, which is basically a web app that you can upload to your computer, tablet, smartphone, or anything like that. And it gives you the power to manage your garden or your crops from anywhere, anytime. Ultimately, the point of this podcast is to get you thinking about your business and different ways that you could innovate. Now, if you have an organization where you don't have the time or the money or the resources to have an entire department that dedicates itself to focusing on innovation and how you can grow and expand and have better customer service and streamline processes, that is what we're here for. We are happy to chat with you if you have any questions or even just want to have a conversation about what is actually possible for your organization. All right, that's all for today. I'll see you next time.